Hey, it's Stan Nichols. Be sure to check out Blue Collar Boys.
Hey everyone, Matt Gates here with my man Tommy Nichols. Check out Blue Collar Voice.
Toodles.
Hey, I'm Dave Peach, County Commissioner, District 4. Want you to check out the Blue Collar Voice and Tommy Nichols.
Guys, Tommy Nichols, Blue Collar Boys of Santa Rosa County. Hope you guys are having a great day. So guys, I want to talk a little bit about some things we observed, and some things that we knew, and some things that we learned in this past primary election. As with every election, you know, every race in that election tells a story, and they all have learning points in them. And this election certainly had a lot of stories to tell and had a lot of opportunities to learn. One of the things that we continue to hear time after time after time is money is king in politics. Who's ever got the most money, they've got the easiest task at all. They can straightforward, right on, easy road ahead, right? And a lot of the times that is very true. If you're running a race and you've got $100,000 in your war chest compared to your opponent's $1,000 or $5,000, you can do a heck of a lot more and reach a heck of a lot more citizens than your opponent without doing as much work. Now, that underdog that doesn't have that money can do the same thing. It's just going to take a hell of a lot more work and a hell of a lot more time to accomplish it. But in this past election, we witnessed it, and that a grassroots campaign can defeat campaigns with easy access to money. And also we saw in the county commission race that included eventual winner Kerry Smith, Jeff Yates, Howard Steele, and Ricky Cotton. We saw that it doesn't matter where you start, but how you close and where you finish. That's what matters the most right there. Something else we learned is, used to years ago, if you had a checkered past and you had some arrest and things like that, it was no bueno. If you had that kind of stuff, it was very hard for you to overcome. But we have witnessed, as time has gone on, that's not the case anymore. And we saw it play out firsthand in this past election. Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. We all screw up in life. But as long as we learn from them and become better people, then it was a good mistake. And I believe that's what we had in some of the candidates running. And the eventual winner made some mistakes, learned from it, paid his debt back to society, and is square with the house again. And another thing that we saw was, if you connect with the citizens, if you make them feel like you are one of them, you are looking out for them, you are fighting for them, you are standing up for them, you are being their shield, that right there is huge, absolutely huge. And then you throw in there a message that they can relate to, a message that they believe in, and a message that they can trust. You can overcome any huge opponent. Doesn't matter how much money they have in their war chest, who's came out on their side, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's about connecting with the citizens. And we witnessed that. And I got to give credit where credit is due. You know, and one of the most disgusting things that we've seen, and something else that we already knew, but for those who just get involved, you recently learned it, is throwing mud, slamming your opponent. That doesn't help you in Santa Rosa County. And a lot of times we have folks that come here and they take directions from folks that are not from here, and they listen to them and try to play their game, or they'll listen to people in Tallahassee or DC and try to do what they say here in Santa Rosa County, and it backfires in their face every time. Santa Rosa County and Tallahassee, especially Washington, D.C., are two different beasts. You can't play the game like they play it. Throwing mud, pushing hate, that will blow up in your face with a quickness in this beautiful county of ours. Our citizens are smart. They're on to that garbage, and they do not like it. And time after time, when we see that stuff play out, 99% of the time, it backfires on the person who puts that crap out, as it did in this election. Whoever put that mail out about Kerry Smith out, thinking that was going to help their campaign, boy, were you wrong. Boy, did you listen to somebody who was absolutely clueless. And you yourself were obviously clueless because you signed off on it, you approved it, thinking that that was going to open folks' eyes and that was going to turn them against that gentleman. Absolutely not. And not only did it not turn him against him, it also gave him free exposure. You helped him out. You gave him free press. You got his name out everywhere. In the newspapers, all over social media, on TV for that matter. You gave this man free advertising. You paid for his advertising, basically. Those that may not have known about him now know who he is and are now looking into him. So you helped him out. You didn't hurt him, not one bit. You only hurt yourself. And also you gave him, a lot of folks, a sympathy vote. We saw that play out in the last election. There was, I believe, in the South End, there was a couple billboards where they were attacking one of the candidates running, thinking it was going to help them, and it didn't. It backfired. Those type of things do not work. They never have and they never will. And especially the way that they sent that mail out, putting that young woman's family who just passed away right back in the spotlight again, making them relive that horrific tragedy all over again. And then trying to tie that candidate in there some way, somehow. What were you thinking? That was disgusting. And whoever is running your team, you should have fired them immediately. And you should have stuck your head in the sand as well, because you're the one that signed off on it. You gave it the final okay. But anyway, I could go on and on about that right there. Something else that we learned is, you know, used to, back in the 90s, early 2000s, signs were king, right? Whoever had the most signs, you knew that they had an advantage. Not anymore. When social media is rising, that changed the whole game right there. And it took, you know, a little time to get rolling. I saw it in the last election. It started, you know, picking up speed, and it blew up in this election. So signs are great. They help out a lot. They get your name out there, get your face out there in some cases. But It is not the be all end all. Something else that we learned was you can't just hide out from your citizens, from your potential voters. You have to be out. You have to be connecting with them. You have to be going to events, debates, answering their questions, listening to them, listening to their concerns, and giving them answers and how you're going to fix things. And the biggest thing that we saw play out once again was, at the end of the day, hard work and dedication beats everything. If you're going to work your tail off, do whatever you've got to do, and stay dedicated to the task at hand, and dedicated to your home and its people, you can win an election. It doesn't matter if you have $1 or $1 million. If you're going to work your rear end off, stay dedicated, you can overcome any odds. But anyways, guys, I'm Tommy Nichols, the Blue Collar Voice. Toodles.
Hey everyone, Matt Gates here with my man Tommy Nichols. Check out Blue Collar Voice.
Toodles. Hey, it's Stan Nichols. Be sure to check out Blue Collar Boys.
Hey, I'm Dave Peach, County Commissioner, District 4. Want you to check out the Blue Collar Voice and Tommy Nichols.